To continue viewing this presentation, please go to Mich Program Part 2 on YouTube or to our website, www.homeopathy.com.
As Mich by its
Thank
alumni.
you.
Mich offers a 3-year, fully accredited professional training program in homeopathic medicine. In this short presentation, I'd like to invite you to the Mich classroom at Concordia University at the Loyola campus, so that you can get a solid idea of why our program succeeds in creating effective, successful homeopaths. The key to our success is experiential learning, true apprenticeship. There are many things that make Mich unique, but perhaps the most important is that unlike other schools which have a lot of theory and memorization for 3 years, we make the most of our time together by making every weekend fully experiential. At Mich, we provide you with hands-on case-taking experience from the very first day of class. We do live cases in front of class so that you can watch, see, feel, ask questions, and understand the case-taking experience in a holistic way. Mich is all about holistic learning, about learning to understand people and to understand what needs to be cured in every case. Everyone is unique, and homeopathy honors this uniqueness by addressing everyone in a unique way. The homeopath needs to understand what needs to be cured in that individual. We have a big class so that you have the opportunity to role-play different aspects of case-taking with your own colleagues before seeing real clients in supervision and internship. Effective homeopathic prescribing is based on a holistic understanding of the individual. That's because homeopathy is a holistic, energy-based medicine that addresses the deepest known level of cure. Homeopathy works on the organizing principle of the organism, the dynamic movement which orchestrates all life processes. So a disturbance on this level will be expressed in mental, emotional, and physical signs and symptoms. So in working with the common root of all three, homeopathy is able to address the individual as a whole. So basically what we are saying is that there is a level deeper than the mental, physical, and emotional levels, a level which orchestrates all three. And working with that level is what makes homeopathy so effective. Of course, in order to effectively cure with homeopathy, it requires a holistic understanding of the suffering of the individual. The successful prescription has to be based on the most profound global experience of that individual. It's a very subjective process where the client, the patient, must express their global sensation, which is at the root and which explains the totality of all the mental, physical, and emotional symptoms. So this process is a global, holistic process. It requires a holistic way of thinking. In order to understand what is unique to an individual, in order to work globally, you must experience a holistic learning process which fully engages you, body, mind, and soul. And that is what the Mich experience is really about. We see homeopathic medicine as a vocation, a calling. It is an art and a science. To learn more about homeopathy as a science, please look for our upcoming video, What is Global Homeopathy?, on our website and on YouTube. Our website is www.homeopathymontreal.com, or, if you're okay with dashes, m-i-c-h.com. But briefly, what the homeopath needs to realize is that he or she is using a medicine which targets an internal misattunement, which is really the precursor to illness. This level that we call the organizing principle or the vital force or life force is a level which is deeper than even the DNA. No matter how sensitive the analysis or equipment, the level we work at homeopathically cannot be physically detected. It is a quantum level of organization which informs the physical level. What that means for the homeopath is that the homeopathy is a deep therapeutic which requires a similarly deep diagnostic. The only way to know how to address the dynamic disturbance at the root of disease is to find the dynamic medicine or signal which is most similar to that disturbance within the unique expression of that individual. Homeopathy is most successful when we can understand or perceive what is unique in the patient's suffering, what is unique to them as a whole. So how do we do that? That brings us to another aspect of Mich that is very unique, and that's the Mich process, the process by which we use to find the remedy, what is called the simillimum in homeopathy, the remedy which most closely matches the patient's suffering. So we do this by following the red thread. The red thread, or core theme, is a theme that runs through the entire life of the individual. A common theme that can be found in their relationships, their work or hobbies or dreams, and which is the confluence point of body and mind. In other words, it's a theme which is expressed mentally, emotionally, and physically. The Mich process is based on a transdisciplinary model of medicine. Although it is not psychology, not pathology, and not cognitive therapy, one can see certain aspects of all three. But the Mich model, encompasses a much bigger picture of the individual and their disease. What brings a patient to our office is their pain, a place of disease or discomfort. So we always start with the pathology and have the patient describe their experience of the pain, the way they uniquely experience their disease. We lead them more deeply into the possible emotions that they may experience within this context, what interpretations and reactions they may have, and we encourage them to use metaphors so that they can really paint an accurate picture of their suffering and explain and express the inner sensations that they experience. Often, in the presence of a Mich homeopath who is perceptive and wholly attentive, the patient will be able to access the inner dynamic of their own organism. With this information, the Mich homeopath matches the patient's disease on every level to the 250 years of clinical documentation, homeopathic research, documented provings, and come to a simillimum. It is a precise, scientific, and truly inductive approach to medicine. In order to do this well, one needs patience, compassion, skill, knowledge, and practical experience. And as we said before, learning within a holistic context. In summary, the Mich program focuses on understanding the individual on a very deep level so that we know exactly what needs to be cured, and by the same token, we know the remedy that will facilitate that cure. In addition to the experiential learning, the Mich program also provides a classical, unicist, homeopathic training program. This solid classical unicist foundation is brought to life and to a modern context with quantum physics. The old and new come together in a seamless understanding of the writings of its founder, Dr. Hahnemann, and the principles he outlined in the Organon, a book that was at least a century ahead of its times. The Mich team has worked hard to produce the Mich course manuals, which encapsulate and distill the essential learning from the hundreds of books by homeopathic founders. They provide a direct and enjoyable way of integrating the foundational principles of homeopathic practice. The study guides provide you with prescribed readings, homework, and quizzes, which you can do at home, and then come to class to integrate the information in your small home groups. These are small working groups which help you integrate all your learning in an intimate setting with an experienced group leader and teacher. To continue viewing this presentation, please go to Mich Program Part 2 on YouTube or to our website www.homeopathy.com. Thank you.